Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We're going to be doing another Adams Polishes video for you today. A bit of a review, how to apply this product, what it looks like afterwards, and just kind of all of the good stuff along with that. So what we're going to be reviewing today is the Adams Polishes VRT. So let's go over here and pick this up. This is actually a product that I got in my mystery bucket. As you see here, we got the VRT. This is the vinyl, rubber, and trim, as you can see right on the label, with the gray applicator. And what this essentially is a dressing that you can put on what it says, vinyl, rubber, trim, but such trim pieces like your bed liner or your bed rails here, your tires, you can put it as like a tire dressing. I got plastic on my running boards, plastic on the mirrors right here and up here. I mean, there's plastic everywhere on our vehicles these days, as much as that pains me to say, but there really is. And luckily some of these new plastics are a lot better than they used to be. As you can see, this is still pretty black. Don't really have too much gray or like sun baked, color distortion here. So I'm really curious to see how it works, because we are going to be putting it on the bed rails today. I think that's a good test to be able to show a clear difference on one side's done, one side's not. And this truck sits outside. So I live in Wyoming. I deal with a lot of different weather. It can be snowing and raining. It can be 90 degrees in the summertime. It's really windy. I drive in all these conditions, and this thing sits outside for majority of its life, and it's held up really, really well. However, there is some wear. I think these are pretty black. However, I'm really curious to see how this stuff works, because as I said before, I wouldn't have purchased this product right here if I didn't get it in the mystery bucket, because these plastic pieces looked okay to me, and when in all reality we could put this on and it could be a night and day difference, which is what I'm really hoping for. So this stuff is not supposed to be oily, which is a huge thing to me. That's why I don't put tire dressing. I don't put any tire dressing on these or these. I just leave them totally naked, and I think they look the best that way, because the tire dressing to me looks a little too glossy and oily, and then it flings all over your car too. So there's a lot of downsides to that kind of stuff, and I do not like that whatsoever. So I'm hoping this gives it a nice deep black, maybe a little bit of shine to it, but not oily, if that makes any sense. So we'll see. They claim it's not. They also, I believe it is 35 SPF 35. Yeah, SPF 35 UV protection. So, and you can see that right here. So this stuff is supposed to have some UV protection, which is great, because I just said it sits outside, and any protection we can get on our vehicles that we use every day, that we care about so much, is a great thing. So let's get right into applying this stuff and see how it looks. Perched up there on the back of the bed, hopefully this will be a good angle for you. And I've never used this before. It's a completely full bottle, so we're doing this together. And what you want to do is just apply a nice bit of this product across your applicator. And then with any application, like dressing or anything really, I like to work it into the applicator, just so you get full coverage. You just kind of squeeze it around. That way it's touching majority of the applicator at least, and it's just a lot easier to maneuver on whatever surface you're putting it on. So you can see there it is nice and worked in. And we're just going to start here on this side. I'm going to work and do about halfway through. And the nice thing about this stuff is you don't have to worry about getting it on your paint or your glass. It will clean right up, no problem at all. So as you can see right here is where I stopped, and it is a bit of a dull color over there and a nice bright vibrant look on this side. I really hope the camera's picking it up. Here, hopefully right above, you can kind of get a good angle of the difference of the two. As I stated previously, you can use this for a tire dressing, and I'm not a big fan of tire dressings because they end up looking, in my opinion, a little bit cheesy, and they also start to fling whatever material you put on them up your paint, which is not something that I am a huge fan of. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to trust their product, and that it doesn't fling, and that it dries to the touch, and we're going to try to coat this tire up. As you can see, it's looking a little dingy, but it is clean. I just cleaned them, so they should be good to put this applicator on there. I'm doing these last, that way I don't use this applicator for anything else. So I'm going to put a pretty generous amount on this applicator pad, just because These tires I've never had dressing put on them, and I'm not sure if they're going to soak it up too much. Well, it sure as heck gives it a deep, rich color. Definitely are going to use quite a bit of this VRT on these tires, as it is soaking it in pretty dang good. This is the problem I have with tire trim, or tire dressing I should say, is getting into all these little crevices. That way it doesn't look too weird. But as you can see, this stuff would probably go a little bit further, but just to make sure. As you can see, it is turning this tire a really deep black color. And it actually looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. And there's a clear representation of without the VRT and with the VRT. This hand's kind of got a lot of stuff on it. Left hand, I haven't really used it for anything to the touch. And, you know, it leaves a little, I pulled off a little bit, but I could do this a lot, and it's not really leaving anything on my hand that is, you know, my hands aren't slick or anything like that. Overall, really not bad. Being that I have one tire done, we're going to do the rest of them and see how they look, but I think it's going to turn out pretty dang good once we get them all coated up. We're all really happy. Sorry, background noise. Franklin's watching his ball roll down the hill. He knows how to play fetch with himself when I am not paying attention. Overall, really happy actually with the VRT. As you can see, the tires actually look pretty awesome. Really clean look, looks brand new. And I got the mirrors done, did the front grille, mirror on this side, these tires, all the trim around the bed, and really, like I said, pretty dang happy with how it turned out. I think the bed looks nice, the bumper looks really good, nice and clean. Well, not quite clean. The the chrome is a little dirty and the paint's a little dirty, but the trim is looking really clean, fresh, looks like new, and I can't be more excited to get this thing out in the sunshine, drive it around, and see how this stuff performs over time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video, and we'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.